Tonight on EA Sports, it's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
On first down, they'll start out with Evans. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. 7 yards there and a first down. The Bengals at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack.
One of the best in the NFL, in no small part because of his running ability. But on that play, didn't matter to the defense at all. Nice stop for them, a feather in their cap for getting the sack and brought down one of the toughest guys to catch in the NFL.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now it's Burrow. Being chased out left. That's complete to John Ross. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. Through the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
From midfield now, Burrow flush to his right. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The numbers a week ago for Chase. He was no doubt a key piece to their puzzle in that victory.
And when this offense plays well, you just know he's going to be in the middle of everything, don't you? I mean, defense is going to say, we've got to take this guy away. He doesn't allow himself to be taken away, does he?
Here we go. Ready?
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. To the air again, Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On third down, Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes at that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was third down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to first down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a first down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game. Burrow.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now Burrow loses the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And now off to the races down the right side. 30, 20, 10. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Well, this defense for the Ravens, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Burrow will throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Tyus Bowser blowing that play up. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, but it doesn't work out. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
That's some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Again, it's Smith. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. On second down, here's Smith. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They'll try and run the option left side. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. To throw is Jackson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism.
Tucker's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
They'll roll him out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Justin Matabike. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far.
And he's going to go down again. Tyus Bowser, his second sack of the night. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They played the Browns last week, got the victory in that game, and so far so good as they've got the lead here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The drive will start with an option going left. And some room to work. And he's going to be shoved out, but not before he gets this down to the 20-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews. His first touchdown of the new season. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Tucker with the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Burrow looking to pass. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. Shreds him with a stiff arm. Just a yard return there after a punt. 49. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Jackson. That's complete to Smith. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue. But all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Well, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Smith up the middle. Down to about the 37.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. Burrow on play action. Rolling to his left. He's got a man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An excellent gain, 35 yards. They go play action with Burrow. Rolling to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. Flush to his right. And he's going to get into the end zone for 2. And they're back within 2 scores. Down 15 now. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Smith. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. A give to Smith out of the gun. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Jackson now. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 16. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Inside handoff, Smith. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from walking.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And they go play action now. Burrow out to his left. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Inside handoff to Mixon. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
From the 45 on second down, Burrow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Now the Bengals on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
11 MT.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And this one is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Here we go. Ready?
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. Now the throw took it beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll start with the option, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Here's Jackson to throw. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one. And that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. A handoff to Smith. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Here's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. From 10 yards out. And the Ravens are on their way to a 2-0 start. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. And that one will will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Here's Burrow sliding out of the pocket. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to